Hi guys, and still the preseason, but the importance of matches keeps getting more and more. The the importance of matches as we move closer to the season, the matches become more and more important as we move forward because the stories behind the matches become more and more. You know, I mean, you could say good, bad, or whatever based on what has been the what is your outlook towards the game and how you perceive the stories to go around Newcastle United. The stories this this whole week, this whole transfer window, they've been so. I mean, bad in terms of the things the fans we were looking to get out of, and now what we have. So the stories. I mean, the stories are not at all what we wanted. It's not at all good and not at all good. And not sure where the season is going to go. Still, the lingering doubts over Alexander Isak and his contract. I mean, was kind of hoping that it would be solved by now, but if anything, it is only getting murkier and murkier with the situation. I mean, we don't know where we are, how it is going to go, and and then there are different variables that we can talk about in Benjamin Sesko. We have Johan Vissa, Benjamin Sesko. I don't know what is on with him. I mean, as a football player, the season starts in 2 weeks. You you haven't had a you haven't had a season where you have had to play like a World Cup or a Euros kind of a thing. You have had whole season to decide. I mean, you're certainly not going to be fit for the start of for the start of the season. You just don't know how it is going to work out. Why don't you decide early? I know there are still things to be dealt out between the clubs and everything, but uh, but yeah, I mean it's difficult to talk about stuff. I mean, I don't know what goes through a player's minds. I know he's only 22. He needs to take a decision where he needs to take a decision where he needs to take a decision where it is right for him, his family, and his near and dear ones. But I mean, I'm a bit surprised that it is taking him this long to figure things out. I mean, why don't you get yourself ready for the season? Uh, you haven't been part of RB Leipzig's preseason friendly games. Juan Visa, he hasn't been either. Alexander Isak has been training on his own. Sorry about that. And has been training on his own. Has been training on his own as well, and that needs to be taken care of. And and Spurs. I mean, they've I think I don't know whether they've announced the signing or not, but João Paulinho should have become or might have already become the second signing of their season. I have to check the audio. I forgot that. This season, I have to check the audio. I forgot that. Yes, it's working fine. Hopefully, whoever there is able to hear hear me out properly. And yeah, so Um, Jopolinia was supposed to become their second signing. I don't know whether that has actually happened or not. Then they have signed Mohammad Kudus as well, and they are coming off they're coming off an impressive win against the North London and Premier League rivals, of course, in Arsenal, and they'd be they'd be they'd be hoping that they can continue the good form. I know the Newcastle team news. I'm not really sure, but I do know that Son is starting the game, and yeah. So, but this could be Son's last game for Spurs before he heads to MLS in Los Angeles Galaxy is the team that has been talked about the most as as most interested in signing as most interested in signing Alexander Isak. So not sure what is happening in in signing Heung-min Son. Alexander Isak is on my mind. Dear Lord, sure. So yeah, he could be he could be uh, off as well. In fact, more likely to be off than staying at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Or I mean, I don't know what has happened, but yeah. So that's what the case is with the Spurs and everything. I mean, they look good. They've changed Thomas Frank. Their new manager has come in, has changed their entire style. Their the way of their playing. They I know earlier on in the season they played two friendlies in a game in a day against two different League One or League Two teams in Become Wanderers and Luton Town. They drew both 1-2 and the other one was 0-0 against Luton Town. Park Sar has been in good form for Spurs. He scored a couple of goals. He scored a couple of goals for uh, Spurs, and yeah, I mean um, once they won the Europa League and qualified for the Champions League, it looks like they are a more settled side than Newcastle United, and I mean, did look like they won't have much troubles, etc. So they won't have much troubles, etc. But this season, I mean, uh, it has turned out more often. I mean, on more occasions than not. Kudus they signed. They could have signed Gibbs White. That didn't go their way, but yeah, Son is leaving. They have some good players. Matthias Tell, good player. They've got Brennan Johnson. Although I mean he's a decent player, nothing special, but yeah. And who else have they got? Dominic Solanke, Destiny Udogi. They are injured. Kudush on the right hand side comes in. I mean, most probably takes the place of Brennan Johnson for more important games, I would think. In the midfield, João Paulinho comes in. I think that spells the end of Basuma. However, either Basuma or Rodrigo Bentancur, one of them is very inconsistent. The other one is uh, the other one is I mean not good enough. Injury prone as well. I mean I might have mixed the two. I mean, Yves Bissouma I don't think is good enough. Rodrigo Bentancur is uh, a bit of a hit and miss. He gets a lot of injuries as well. He's recovering from he recovered from an ACL injury a couple of years ago. I think it was an ACL. I mean, he recovered pretty quickly, but yeah. So that is a short-term replacement for 3 or 4 years in João Palhinha if he signs. But Spurs is not where I want to go. I want to spend most of the time. I am a Newcastle United fan, and that is what I would be talking about. That is what I would be talking about more. And yeah, Eddie Howe, I feel for him. He did a tremendous job last season winning a trophy. I mean, I watched 14 years under Mike Ashley, and I mean, my only thing was at least get to a semi-final. I want to see Newcastle compete at Wembley, not in a playoff uh, final or something like that. Maybe a final, maybe a Wembley semi-final, and maybe a Wembley semi-final in an FA Cup. The best we got was a quarter-final against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. We were awful, lost 2 or 3-1, I think. Uh, Paul Dummett at right back was a disaster. And yeah, but then this takeover, we thought it would be something we haven't seen. Would be something that we haven't seen anything like previously, and yeah, I mean, it started all too well when the expectations were lower. We got to a final, and then I mean, I don't want to dwell too much on the past, but yeah, it did has I mean, over the last 4 or 5 windows, it has hurt a bit. I mean, Anthony Elanga has come in this window on the right hand side. Uh, we've got Aaron Ramsdale on loan for from Southampton, and he's a decent enough keeper. But the thing is, that I don't know whether this will keep Pope as number one or not. This will keep Pope as number one or not. I don't know whether whether we should be doing better than Nick Pope, or he has looked suspect. The two goals that I watched go in against Spurs, oh sorry, against Arsenal, they were not something that you would think a player like Nick Pope should be letting in, and that was just really disappointing. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, in terms of in terms of just a second. Yeah, I mean, we thought with Champions League, etc., we could attract better players. We tried to attract better players, but it just wasn't to be. Just wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be. It's uh, it's been one rejection after another. Players joining, in their opinion, bigger clubs, and bigger clubs, which they have every right to do. They are joining, and I mean, maybe we need to reassess our strategy. We need to think about. We need to think about. We need to think about the players we need to target. I mean, it's a bit. sometimes you feel a bit of a conspiracy that the players who we want, all of a sudden, other teams want as well. João Pedro may not have come. His priority was to stay in London. He might have gone elsewhere, but might have gone elsewhere. Then um all of a sudden, Chelsea come in. They get him. Liam Delap we wanted. All of a sudden, Chelsea come in. They get him. Um, and then James Trafford, we wanted him. We wanted him. Man City come in, they get him, and then Hugo Ekitike, we want him. We want him. All of a sudden, Liverpool come in, they get him, and then yeah, all. Uh, and then it's festered into the I feel because anything that goes onto the anything off the pitch will always affect a team on the pitch as well. So that's my feeling. We we've played three friendlies basically. The friendlies or friendly which is not behind closed doors, etc. Like that. We played Carlisle United, but I'm not going to count that. We lost to Celtic 4-0, Arsenal 3-2, and Korean K League 11. We've lost 1-0, although that was a very makeshift sort of a team. They were up for it, and today it's more of a you know it's more of a it's more of a team that represent the first team 11. So here are the team news. I'm pretty sure you can see them on your screens. Let me just check out the audio as well. So yeah. So as you can see for Spurs, Tottenham, Son the captain, perhaps his last game for perhaps his very last game for Spurs. He's been there 10 years. He's won a trophy. He's won a trophy. Kinski, Pedro Porro at right back. The best thing was like giving Mikel Arteta a shove in the game against Arsenal on Thursday. Was it? I think might have been Thursday. And then there was both Thursday in a 1-0 win. Danso and Romero, no Mickey Vendavan. He's probably rested. Ben Davis at left back. That day, I think it was Jed Spence who played at left back. Benton Core plays. Gray plays. Archie Gray. Ismail Assar? Pat Sar plays. He played that day. So, I mean, I know they have a game against PSG in the UEFA Super Cup as well, but this is a very, very strong side by very, very strong side by Spurs. Johnson, Tell, and so on. So that day, I don't remember who the striker was. It wasn't Solanke. That Richarlison played that day. Uh, on no Kudus as well. So as far as Newcastle are concerned, prepared Burn, Share, and Matt Target, the defense, prepare the right back. Share and Burn is center halves, and yeah. So these are the defenders. Midfield, Bruno, Jolinton, and Miley. So that's the midfield, and up top, Jacob Murphy, Jacob Murphy on the right, Harvey Barnes on the left, and Gordon through the middle. So that's our striker, William Osula. He's played all the friendlies, and must be time for him to get some sort of rest. And I mean, I feel for William Osula as well. This season was like maybe he'd get some sort of a run out in the games in the early Carabao Cup, FA Cup games, but he's been thrust into the limelight, so as to speak. Everyone on social media is picking apart his shortcomings. He's only 22. Maybe he's not ready, but he's certainly not going anywhere on loan. Certainly not in our situation, and certainly not in our situation. He's going nowhere, and yeah. So I genuinely feel that I mean it's been tough on him, but he I mean he'll learn from that, and he will learn from that, and I think in the overall scheme of things, this would stand him in good stead, whatever his career turns out to be, whether he ends up at Newcastle long term or however it turns out, the season with Champions League and things like that will help him a great deal, and yeah. So I mean, Isaac situation, coming back to that, it's I mean, I my choice is if Isak stays and we sign Visa rather than Sesko and Visa, or I'd rather have Watkins and Visa than Sesko and Visa. I some somehow something tells me that Benjamin Sesko is not all that. Although honestly, I've been wrong before. I hope. I just think Sesko and Visa are too much of an unknown sort of an area we are thrusting ourselves into. So yeah, I rather have Isak and Visa or Isak and Sesko. But given that Visa has made so much fuss at Brentford about his move to Newcastle United, I think we are almost obliged to sign Visa. So that's another thing that I am worried about. So worried as in, I mean, what will be. I mean, I by no means am I underestimating Visa. 19 non-penalty goals is nothing short of miraculous for a team like Brentford, along with Mbumo or Mbuemo, whatever you want to pronounce. Mbumo is more from the area that is Ghanaian, I think, Ghanaian or Cameroonian. Um, that is more in keeping with the pronunciation. Anyways, so Visa, I mean, he would be a good signing, but I'd rather have Isak there and then either uh, Watkins, Visa, or Sesko. If Isak stays, I'd rather have Sesko. But Visa is good as well. We had Wilson, who scored a lot of goals a couple of seasons ago, 18 when we qualified for the Champions League in 2023. So yeah, the situation is tough. We need a central midfielder. Joe Willock is out. Sean Longstaff has been sold. Just for the sake of the numbers, we need a midfielder, central midfielder. Luis Miley, last two seasons, uh, he's been he's suffered an injury. I'm not saying he's injury prone or anything like that, but he has suffered an injury, for us to say. I mean, back injury. He had a groin injury at the start of this season. Missed out on England's under 19 team, although they didn't do that well. Uh, so, so just relying on Miley in a season that could be, you know, certainly 48 games, maybe 48. I hazard and guess, let's say 52, 53, maybe 55 games if you make it to next rounds. So yeah, I mean, uh, that is something that we need to look at, and that is something we need to look at, and address center half with the four center halves. I mean, you could in theory, um, point out the shortcomings of all four. Jamal Lascelles hasn't kicked the ball in a competitive match since since March last year. So what is that? 18 months almost he hasn't played. Are we expecting him to come good all of a sudden? I mean, I most certainly am not. Most certainly am not. I am not. And yeah. So that's that's another thing. That's another thing. Sven Botman, last two seasons, very injury prone. And then we have Dan Burn and Fabian Scher. I mean, these two are the oldest, and certainly no pace. There's no pace in Newcastle's back line. Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento, yes, they are young and have a bit of oomph, let's say, about them, but overall, it's it certainly is shaking me to the core, as in like what kind of a season we will have. We could be really struggling, down there come the end of the season. I mean, it's tough to imagine. It's tough to imagine what we will end up doing. So that's the issue that I have. That's the issue I have. Goalkeeper, we seem to have. I don't know why we are. I mean, I know one goalkeeper that we definitely didn't want. We have ended up with, that is Odysseus Vlachodimos, and um, I mean that's that's uh, that's but John Ruddy, Pope, Dubravka, Mark Gillespie, and now Aaron Ramsdale. Certainly, one word or two words that we will definitely not be hearing before. I mean, during this season is goalkeeping crisis. So uh, we'll see how it pans out for the club. But the game should begin in what, 1 or maybe 2 minutes. So we'll obviously talk about. We will be talking about that, and talk about we will be talking about the game itself. The game is, I mean, it's a World Cup stadium in Seoul in which it is being played with. It was supposed to be a lucrative. It was supposed to be a lucrative. Of, it was supposed to be a lucrative game or a pre-season tour, but it has all descended into a bit of a shambles. Players going AWOL, uh, players going AWOL, and not turning up for training, feigning injuries. Maybe looks like there's still a bit of a time left. Still a bit of a time left before the match kicks off. Looks like. I mean, the crowd certainly is. I mean, looks from here fairly decent. The teams, uh, the teams are all ready. All ready. The, the two captains, Son, I mean, the Spurs kit looks good. Newcastle in green t-shirts and green t-shirts and green t-shirts and what white shorts. So that's I mean both teams are in their pre-match huddle. I'd rather go back to my idea how they are in Seoul. I mean okay, I'm back, I'm back, guys. Back, guys. Back. So I know it's like a preseason game, a bit of a friendly kind of a stuff, but of course, sakes, get it over with. Looks like it will be Miley playing as the number six, and then I mean it looks like a Spurs supporter giving a speech for Heung-min Son. Not sure what about, and now there's a pre-match sort of a kick. Uh, and it's a kick to Son, and like they're making too much of it. I mean, might be friend, brother, or something like that, and I mean, these colors are awful on the back of Spurs jersey. Spurs jersey. These colors are absolutely dreadful. It looks it looks exactly like Son. Could be his brother or could be someone cousin or something. I mean, the embrace was such it looked like his brother, but you never know. PSJ is the name printed on the back of the shirt. So game about to kick off in Seoul. Let's see. I mean, I'd be watching as a Newcastle fan, and hopefully, finally a result to you know get excited about. Finally, maybe. So the referee, he has to say something. Again, some pre-match rituals going on. Oh, the game has kicked off finally. Chair Kupang Play Series is the name, I think. Matt Target, what is he doing here? Newcastle released Isaac Hayden, and let's see how we get on. Matt Target, again. Why not run with the damn ball? Newcastle over the last 3 or so years have had Spurs' number. Two doubles in the last 3 seasons. In fact, including 6-1 and a 4-0. Kieran Trippier playing against his former club in Spurs won the title. Yes, Bruno got stuck. Newcastle are certainly pressing. That's a foul. That's a foul. Let's see if the pattern of play is anything better. Dan Burn, now an England international, played against uh, played against against Armenia, I think, was one of the teams. Another one I can't recall. two games he's played for. Rodrigo Benton. Oh, Pope comes in. Dear, oh dear. Again, he looks, I mean, so uncomfortable with the ball. Very, I mean, anywhere close to his feet. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's not good at all. Corner. Oh, corner to. Oh, saved by Pope. It came from a corner which, I mean, which was initially cleared. Now wide. I mean, Pope again. I mean, getting us into all sorts of trouble with. I mean, it was a simple pass. Not sure what he was trying to do. Then Papsar's shot blocked, and then Bentoncourt wide. And Bruno loses possession. Shot. Oh, 1-0 Spurs. Brennan Jensen scores. Bruno losing possession, and that is disgusting. I mean, absolutely awful. Bruno passed the passed the ball to Bruno, and then he loses the ball. Awful, absolutely awful, absolutely awful from Bruno. And Nick Pope can't save. I think it's not Bruno. It's Jacob Murphy who loses the ball. Jacob Murphy loses the ball, and it's 1-0. Terrible. And when Johnson scores, I mean, why is he being passed the ball? He's not a good quality player in my opinion. Absolutely awful from him. I mean, I mean, time and time again we are losing the ball in dangerous areas, and not good enough. Spurs again. Matt Target, I don't know what he does actually. I mean, got no pace, no nothing. I mean, I don't want to go against the player, but he needs to certainly improve his things. Here's a good run made by him actually. Harvey Barnes, Louis Miley. I think he's the one of two players who's one of three players. I think Gordon Pope and Miley, who have started the games in Seoul. Here's Harvey Barnes. You know, चल लेंगे. Why are we defending so high when there's no pace as such? I think. I mean, everyone knows I am not a fan of Jacob Murphy. I just think he's just not good enough. And uh, offside, otherwise that might have been 2-0. Son cutting in. He's got the better of Trippier on a number of previous occasions. In fact, there was a 4-1 win which Spurs got, their only win over Newcastle United in the last 3 years, and he absolutely rinsed my target. I'm not sure. It was Harvey Barnes, not my target. Should be fair to him. Newcastle enjoying some possession at least. Oh, Gordon! Oh, man. Been a decentish start. Here's Murphy. No one in the box. Here comes Gordon. Oh, straight to Kinski. From the cross, Gordon didn't get there in time. Yeah. Murphy is down. Not sure what is wrong with him. Might be. I mean, you never know what is wrong with him. Coming back. I mean, he's useless anyways, but here's post down the right. Dan Burn. Oh, good covering by Dan Burn. Bruno taking too many chances but gets away with it. Nice pass to Trippier. And again, Murphy. I mean, I genuinely thought that it might have been a foul on Murphy for the first goal. Wasn't given. That's another long ball. Joe Linton now getting forward, but too comfortable for Kinski. Too comfortable for Kinski. Kinski lets it run. Gordon pursues. Kinski gets away with it. That has to be offside. Looks very obvious. 10 minutes played, we're still 1-0, and Newcastle still to test Kinski, although only 10 minutes played. So, yeah. And that guy, who's that? That looked like a football player, but not sure who he was. Might be just the Korean guy who Spurs had signed, although I have a feeling that not being able to recognize him was a bit embarrassing for me. There's a chance for Harvey Barnes up against Poro. What the fuck are you trying, Harvey Barnes? The overlap hasn't worked at all. I mean, width is being quite has been utilized quite a bit again. Ball lost. Oh, look, Fabian Scher forward. Fabian Scher? No, not Fabian Scher. I mean, hopefully Joe Linton can be fit. I mean, fully fit at the start of the season. He missed the. I mean, the biggest drawback of Gordon playing through the middle is we miss his you know dynamism from the wings. As Matt Target, he's, I mean, I should watch him closely because I don't want to criticize him like others do, but he's looks very one-dimensional sort of. I don't want to invert my fullbacks or anything, but Newcastle with a I mean, good spell of possession, referee gives a free kick. I think no, not. I mean, Jacob Murphy has gone down. I don't know how many times, but get up and target dives in. No, his Kieran Trippier. Can he find someone? There's no height in the box. Oh, Fabian Schär, lucky there. I mean, like, it's Gordon on the right. Oh, missed. Oh no, Jolinton. That should have been 1-1. That should have been 1-1. Oh, shot over the bar, but Jolinton was so. Ah, man. I mean, Gordon did well there. And it was a bit of a mistake by, I think, might have been, no, it was Danso. I thought it was Saar earlier. But Jolinton, I don't know what happened. And Fabian Schär was deflected. Not sure why a corner wasn't given. But 15 minutes played and still 1-0 to Spurs. My target as well up against Papsar. It's the ball played in Jacob Murphy. Ah, Jacob Murphy is such a one trick pony, I can't tell you how much. But Newcastle, I mean, seems to have they seem to have got the bearings right, passing the ball around comfortably. Spurs not pressing that much. It's ball played to Jacob Murphy. Gordon, oh, just wide. Good ball played by Murphy and Oh, that could be 2-0. No foul given. Here's Mathastel. Oh, good save, Pope. Good save by Pope. Mathastel, not sure. Here's Joe Linton. I idiot. Idiot. Should have passed it to Harvey Barnes when you're left footed, not that good. I mean, it's better from Newcastle. 19 minutes in, but Pope has made a very good save. Has made a very good save. Harvey Barnes. I mean, this team looks like it's missing its you know heart and soul sort of. No striker. And it's hard to get. It looks like it's lacking quite a bit. I mean, it could have been 2-0. Matthias still made it. I mean, one on one, he missed. Pope made an excellent save. Perhaps made up for his blunder that led to the goal, conceding a corner and then yeah. But I mean, chances keep continue to keep will keep coming, and we've had chances, but nothing to make Kinski use his gloves. But again, Pope. I mean, every time he tries to pass the ball out of the back, it gives me a heart heart attack sort of. Again, Gordon, terrible ball. Jolinton, good turn. I mean, one thing is for sure that Newcastle are dominating possession, but Spurs look so dangerous on the counter. Has Gordon no pace, no direction on that cross, and there was no one in the box as well. Again, Gordon. Jolinton! Oh man! I mean, what kind of a header is that off the post? Still nil nil. Oh, 1-0 to Spurs. I mean, here Spurs on the attack. I mean, Newcastle have had plenty of chances to make it 1-1, maybe even 2-1. Hasn't been hasn't been. So quarter of the game gone. I'd say fairly even sort of a game. Just on. Oh, could be. Oh, good thing that Newcastle players got back. Otherwise, it could have been 2-0. Papsar was poised to shoot. Shot was, I mean, it didn't materialize, but Bruno had injury, so break in the game. Number 14 for Spurs. Brennan Johnson, is it? No, Archie Gray and Kieran Trippier. A couple of Korean youngsters on both benches. Park Sung Soo Park, or whatever you want to, or however it is. Cooling break now on, and cooling break taking place. And let's see what Newcastle do. Manchester United, they play later today, or being the Monday mornings Indian time. So this referee cam is absolutely useless, I'll tell you. Game has restarted, and I mean, every fucking time. Mm, Smack Harvey Barnes, smack target. I mean, he looks so. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. Again, ball lost. Not sure who it was. I mean, why are we looking to pass into midfield time and time again? It's Archie Gray goes wide to Son against Trippier. Corner to Spurs. I mean, Spurs on the counter attack are deadly because Newcastle are digging their own graves with passing like that. Every time the pass goes into midfield, someone, someone just nails one of our midfielders, and it goes out for a. I mean, it just breaks down or leads to a Spurs attack. Here's the corner. Here comes. I mean, Pope and stupidity from Miley. Miley is it or share? Someone is down in the box. Trippier. 30 minutes played. Again, that's a foul, I think. Yellow card to Trippier. That was a clear foul. Even I could see from here. Bringing his former teammate down. I mean, I don't ever want to see this. Not sure why Pedro Porro to take the free kick. No, we know he can hit them. Let's see how well he hits. Yeah, let's see. Porro free kick. How far? Oh, just over. Well hit. Who might have gotten a finger, but yeah, we did. Corner given. And the referee couldn't fucking see that a bigger deflection of Ben Shear's shot. Joker. I know it's a preseason friendly, but the thing is that the overall situation around the club is doing my head in. Corner taken shot to Son. Hell, oof. Another corner, is it? Probably, definitely. I mean, I know Newcastle have dominated possession, but Spurs deserve to be up. Could easily have been 2-1 to Spurs or 2-0 maybe even. Newcastle have been awesome. Cleared straight to Tell. Son. I mean, I don't know whether Kulusevski is still injured or what. Uh, he had surgery at the end of the season, and I mean, I feel Thomas Frank will do reasonably well with Spurs, but there's still pre-season. Let's see how it turns out for them. As Gordon corner, I personally feel, and usually don't get into referees, but I think the referee has been awful, nothing short of awful this game. Here comes the corner, cleared away. I thought someone at the far post might have made something of it. Another cross by Jacob Murphy goes a begging. I mean, begging as in goes a terrible cross. I think it was terrible. So 35 minutes played, nothing, nothing dramatic from Newcastle side. Kinski yet to be tested, but I feel in the second half Spurs may get too tired. They played a lot of this team played against Arsenal. I think that might have been foul as well. Spurs passing the ball comfortably. Now here's Son up against Cher. Dan Burn getting back. Blocked. Son's shot is blocked. I mean, I think the referee is somehow swayed by this being Son's last game. I think he's he's getting letting Spurs get away with quite a bit. And another corner to Spurs. Good defending share. But good run by Archie, who's now playing in midfield. Last season he played centre half, fullback, and and yeah, I mean he's a good, decent enough midfielder at this age. I mean he'll obviously get better, but he'll obviously get better. But for now he's not bad. Here comes the corner. There was flick on attempted, and then chance for Anthony Gordon. Plays it out wide to Javi Barnes. Quickens the pace. Comes in on his right. Oh, 1-1. Yes. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. What a brilliant strike. Well played. 1-1. Brilliant by Harvey Barnes. And nothing Kinski could do. Nothing Kinski could do about that. And I mean, a good goal. I'd say that we played reasonably. I mean, we've conceded chances, but nothing Kinski could do about that. And yeah, and yes, it's 1-1. Good goal. I mean, Gordon played a reasonably good part in that. He laid the ball off to Barnes. It was a swift sort of counter attack. Ball played up to Anthony Gordon. He played it out wide and kind of deserved that goal. I mean, the goal was deserved. Whether the parity is deserved is a different thing. It's a foul. It was a good goal. Superb. I mean, like from attack defense to attack in just seconds. It was. Uh, I mean, good ball to Gordon, and then played it to Javi Barnes, and I mean he did what he did best at Leicester and at Newcastle. Cuts in on his right and off the post, and 1-0. 1-0 it was. The little run made, but again now played too late. Kinski. Oh, I mean Jacob Murphy's run was the one that should have been found, but he then went offside. Harvey Barnes tried. Oh, it's a good run. Bruno. Oh, Bruno. Can he find Barnes? Barnes again. Oh, blocked this time. Porom, Poro. Oh, man. Now there's a fight breaking out between Joelinton and Romero, Brazilian and Argentine, and Bruno involved as well. And Christian Romero would be well advised to stay away from Joelinton and Bruno. I don't know what happened there, but the referee should be. Fabian having a word. Romero saying someone grabbed his throat. I mean, Romero is not someone who. I was looking at the action. I just didn't see what happened, but Romero pushed Bruno. Uh, was it Romero or Gray? Was Romero? He pushed Bruno, and then yeah, Bruno did grab his throat. I mean, in the Premier League, that would have been a red. Yeah, Bruno needs to be careful. But in a friendly, I mean, it's a good game. You don't want to spoil it like that. But Christian Romero, we know what kind of personality he is. Bruno needs to keep his cool. I know that in the background, I think a lot of people are frustrated with the way things are going. My target's cross. Oh, my waits. Everyone goes out for captain. Actually, not went out. Didn't go out. It's a chance for a shot. Oh, my target, idiot. Oh, Jolinton. My target could show. Harvey Barnes over the bar, but Jolinton is down on the box. Not sure what happened. Jolinton, I think it is. And my target. I don't know why he doesn't fucking shoot. Just shoot. Idiot, just shoot. Jolinton is down in the. I think it is Jolinton. It was Jolinton. Newcastle, I'd say in the 5 minutes, the offside, but here's Son. Archie Gray crosses, cleared away. I mean, what is this fucking shit? Just clear the damn thing. Joe Linton trying to pass out when the other player is being pressured. Just, I mean, not sure what was there to achieve, and there was so much to lose. As Gordon and on. I mean, someone take a shot, just a speculative one, even Fabic he didn't try. Bruno deflected. Now Barnes can't. I mean, he miscontrols over the top. Terrible cross. 45 minutes played. Not sure how much time has been added, but it shows how much time has been added. I mean, 2 or 3 minutes went into that damn cooling break. Then there was a head injury. So by guessing 3 or 4 minutes. Newcastle are pressing relentlessly. Spurs, not so much. They are no, they are going to go long from the goal kick. I must say I'm a bit surprised. I thought Spurs would dominate possession. We would play on the counter, but in the first half, it's been absolutely the opposite. Oh, Jacob Murphy, if he had half a brain, I mean, he certainly would have done something else. Because he certainly isn't any good at football, in my eyes. He's completely useless. Half time, half time, 1-0 to 1 all to nobody. I mean, both teams. So it's it's 1-1 as things stand going into half time. Newcastle, I think, have played played reasonably well. They made errors as well. Matthias still missing a guilty chance. Made errors as well. Matthias still missed a guilty chance. And yeah, I mean, and I think the referee is somehow is somehow swayed by the the fact that it is Son's last game of the of for Tottenham Hotspur. For Tottenham Hotspur. So I just feel that it could have been uh, I think it could have been that thing it was involved as well. So not really sure what the referee has been playing. Not sure what is happening with the picture quality and everything. Uh, Looks fine from here, but looks like let me just check. Yes, looks fine from here. Not sure what is going on. Anyways, so yeah, I just think that the referee is there. So yeah, I mean played reasonably well. We do need a midfielder as well as I'm hearing on Twitter. So yeah. So yeah, not sure how to for the club. It's it's I mean it's far from far from it's far from what you would expect. Far from what you would expect, and um, as I said in the build up to the game, no way that stuff happening off the pitch doesn't materialize itself on the pitch. It is just it is just a given that. it will fester itself in the on the pitch, and that's how it's been. I mean, the frustration you could see the frustration with the Bruno as well. He knows the stuff going off the pitch isn't ideal, and I mean I don't think he would have done in the Premier League this thing in the Premier League if everything was he might feel that he was what's his name, provoked by Christian Romero, and he is that kind of player. But he is that kind of player, and yeah, he's that kind of player, and I mean he's that kind of player. But Newcastle have played well. Jacob Murphy, Matt Target. I mean, I they are the players who have impressed me the least. Who are the players who have impressed me the least? They just don't fill me with any sort of confidence in achieving anything achieving anything of any sort of thing they would achieve. So I mean, Jacob Murphy's one trick was last season was just cross the ball and someone will be there. And if there's no number nine in the box or a striker in the box, he's just as useful as a wet biscuit, or completely useless. I mean, I don't know what he does. What he does apart from that, yes, he's decent defensively. He could turn into an auxiliary sort of a right back if required. But I mean, it's not really sure what he does. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he would need to up his game, especially with Anthony Langa being there. Especially with Anthony Langa being there. So I just hope that he he does. Apart from that, he's I, I barely noticed Luis Smiley in the game. Matt Target, Matt Target. I don't know. He's just he passes the ball and he's like this, like this. I mean, use your hands to gain speed or something like that. I am not the quickest. I never was even in my younger days. But do something. He's like this. And like it's just not. I don't think it's good enough from my target Pope. I mean, he made a fantastic save from Matthias Tell, but I mean the concession of the corner was not good at all. Was not good at all. That eventually led to the goal, and then what else? Dan Burn and Fabian Schär. I mean, they've been okay. They're not the quickest. They're not going to pull up any trees. Fabian Schär had a shot which was deflected over the bar, but which was deflected over the bar, but uh, should have been a corner. The referee being an, I mean, I doubt he is a full time referee. I mean, I criticized Murphy for losing the ball in the build up to the goal, but in the build up to in the build up to the goal, but I genuinely thought it might have been a foul. It might have been a foul on him. And then there was another, I mean, the chance that Matthias Tell got. I thought that was a foul as well, which wasn't given. And I mean, could have been 2-0. Newcastle had chances with Joe Linton, a header of the post, and then uh, Joe Linton with the header of the post, and then Gordon just wide. Joe Linton couldn't connect with a Gordon cross, and and uh, uh, and what else? Spurs. I mean, Nick Pope. I don't think apart from those two things where he was like apart from the goal, I think Nick Pope should have done better with the goal. Then I think the corner that led to the goal was terrible from him as well. I mean, his passing. Why is he passing like that? Why is he passing like that into the midfield? Joe Linton's passing has been not so good either. Hasn't been good either, and hasn't been the best either for from Joe Linton and Harvey Barnes. He's been good, but Matt Target has been absolutely horrific in this first half for me. Absolutely terrible. Um, Jacob Murphy as well, which Louis Miley I barely noticed. Kieran Trippier, he's Son always most times gets the better of him. Most times he gets the better of Trippier. Um, I mean, if I had to vote someone in, I'd say Harvey Barnes was our player of the match, and then Gordon has done well. Bruno barely noticed him. Oh no, I mean Bruno has been good. I was going to say about Luis Miley. I've said before, barely noticed him, and barely noticed him. Who else? I mean, I think I've covered. If I were to talk about Spurs, they they've been reasonably good. Papsar, Gray, and Bentancur. They are not. I mean, I can say for myself, I don't think they are as good as Newcastle's midfield today. Even if Tonali played, then there would be more of a difference. So I think I think I think the second half, I my perception or what I sense is Newcastle will dominate the game even more. Will dominate the game even more if the players remain the same. I mean, anyhow, if he doesn't make too many changes, then I think they would. Spurs. I mean, these are professional players. You expect them to stay fit. You expect them to stay fit. You expect them to stay fit, and you expect them to stay fit, and expect them to stay fit. But these players played on what, Thursday? I think they played on Thursday against Arsenal in a tough fish sort of game. Pep Star played, uh, Poro played. So they may make a few changes, but there are players who played against Arsenal. So I think there will be a lot of substitution from Spurs' point of view. Newcastle, I think we made 8 changes. I think Gordon, Pope, and Miley are the only three players who I can't recall whether Matt Target played against the Soul 11 or not. The Soul 11 or not. So I can't recall whether Matt Target who played at left back. Tino I think played at left back. Was it? So I'm not sure. I mean, but Pope etc. played. Oh, sorry, Emil Kraft might have played, and then Tino might have played left back. Uh, so yeah. I mean, I mean, if the team 11 doesn't change that much, I expect Newcastle to be the more dominant team in the second half, which is about to begin or would have already begun. And so let's go there. Let's see what is unfolding at the Seoul World Cup Stadium. That's the name I know. That's the name I know. Park Soo-sung was a guy who impressed in the game against K League 11. We might see him. Heung-min Son, Heung-min Son. Let's see what he does. What he does in his what could be his last game for Spurs, and that too in his home country. Yeah. So let's see what he does. But a couple of substitutions: Bergwall coming on, Jet Spence coming on. Not sure for whom. Bergwall probably for who's playing left back for Spurs. Ben Davis. Didn't see Ben Davis. Ben Davis, Mickey Van de Ven coming on probably for Romero. The match has kicked off in the second half. I doubt Newcastle have made any substitutions. I didn't see any. We might have made a few. Uh, Newcastle starting to press. Here's Joe Linton against Bergwall. I mean, there was a first, we'll call it a controversial incident with Bergwall kicking the ball onto Joe Linton's hands in the game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Uh, in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but yeah, this on this occasion he did really well. Bergwall, that is the Swede. Talking of Swedish people, good defending there by Lucas Miley, Louis Miley. Still getting into the That's a terrible pass. Bruno Fernandes, I mean, not looking, and now Son. I mean, Kieran Trippier was out of position. I'm not sure what Bruno was doing there. Not really sure what Bruno was doing there. There's a cross. Bruno's. Oh, sorry. Son's cross. Pedro Porro's gone off. Jet Spence has come on at right back. And Romero, of course, going off for Van de Ven. I think Bergwall, I'm not sure who he came on for. Probably Rodrigo Bentancur because he played the full game against Arsenal. That's my guess with that thing. And Bruno can foul foul given this time. Taps are on Bruno. I think it was. Oh, just wide from Gordon. Not sure. Then Jacob Murphy. Bruno is down. Not sure what has happened to him. Whether someone has splattered into him or it's an injury. That doesn't look good. I mean, he's up. Hopefully, should be okay. Looked like a nasty slip and then a split. Sort of should be able to continue, although if Eddie Howe takes him off, no one is going to complain. Got on to one. Offside is it? Offside. Whew. I mean, it was a good finish. I mean, our players are slipping on the damn ball. Not sure. Bruno tying his shoelaces. Oh, Murphy. Brennan Johnson. I barely seen Brennan Johnson do anything. Matthias Tell, apart from that, Archie Gray. I mean, these first players are getting a bit of a. Oh, that is painful for Archie Gray. The full blow, like that elbow. Wow, that looked painful. Honestly, I might have been accidental. Let's give Joe Linton a benefit of doubt. That looked painful. Honestly, that was that didn't look good. Look good. Hang on a second. I need to look at something, but the play goes on. Gordon chasing down Mickey Vanderman, who's quick. Gordon is quick as well. I mean, but well played by Spurs. They get out of danger. They're out of danger for now. Yeah, they're out of danger for now. 56 minutes played. 56 minutes played, and yeah, 56 minutes played, and 56 minutes played, and yeah, I mean, Newcastle, I'd say slightly, let's say 54-46. Newcastle deserve to be ahead, but here's ball one. Again, the referee blows. I mean, as I said, I think the referee is somehow swayed by the fact that it is Son's last game and he's I mean, somehow maybe it was a foul, but given that what he let Spurs get away with earlier, I'd say that was it's a chance for Matt Target. Hits the first man. Oh, Joe Linton does well up against Pence. I mean, both Bruno and Joe Linton could have received red cards. Both Joe Linton and Bruno could have received red cards today. I mean, I don't know whether there's frustration or whatever, but the referee now gives that's a foul on Joe Linton. I don't know which direction he has given it. Yeah, so it's been given to Newcastle close to an hour played, and Charlison about to come on for Spurs. Talk about dislikable footballers. The Charlison is certainly one of those. Free kick! Oh, I thought. I mean, seriously, man. Bruno on his left foot. Foul, offside. Not a foul, but offside against 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 Dan Burn. Offside against Dan Burn. But Newcastle doing reasonably well in the second half as well. I mean, good to see. I mean, but in the Premier League, we could have been down to 9 men maybe. I mean, that elbow by Joe Linton on Archie Gray was, was maybe accidental, but Bruno's grabbing of Romero's throat, I mean, he might have been provoked. Where's Son up against Fabian? People around him now. Oh, that's a foul on Bruno by Son. Maybe he wants to impress. Should want to impress. He should want to impress in his farewellish sort of a game. William Asula coming on and Tino Livramento at left back. Anthony Gordon going off. I mean, he's done reasonably well, I guess. I guess he's done reasonably well. More minutes for Villasula. Well, he'll be the fittest of the team members going into the team, but probably won't be starting. And, perhaps are coming off for Basuma. Who the fuck is Basuma? And Charlison on for Matthias Tell. Crossfield pass. I mean, I haven't seen anything of Harvey Barnes. anything of Harvey Barnes. That's a foul by Osula. A lot of niggly fouls in this game, and Tino Livramento, winner of under 21 Euros with England. I think Archie Gray might have been in that team as well. Archie Gray might have been in that team. So Son goes off. Last match, Eve Basuma coming on. I mean, they're making more out of it than they need to. I think Son is going off. I mean, everyone giving him a guard of honor. I mean, well deserved, I'd say, probably well deserved. And captain's armband goes to captain's armband goes to Ben Davis. And applause all around the stadium for Heung-min Son moving to MLS, most probably Los Angeles Galaxy. So Mohammad Kudus comes on for Son, his family, I guess, in the stands. Been hugely popular with the crowd. I'm going to hate myself that I can't recognize that Korean player. Dominic Solanke on the bench, injured. Sure, tears in his eyes. The, I know it's an emotional occasion, but they spent good 2 or 3 minutes on this. Get on with the game. Get on with. Well, thankfully the game has started. 3 quarters of the game now gone. No, about 24, 25 minutes. I mean, there might have been a cooling break as well in the middle, so I guess I can't complain that much. Well done, Barnes. I mean, at least for these what 2 hours that I've been streaming, I oh, that's a foul on Osula. Free kick by Basuma, and he gets a yellow card as well. To be taken by Kieran Trippier, I think. Yeah, chance for a shot blocked. I mean, good pass straight to Kinski rather. Kinski. The fact, I mean, I have no problem with the shot getting deflected, but the fact that you can't take a fucking shot, there was no power in it. आधे घंटे चाहिए ले लो मेरे को पड़ा है. Now there's a cooling break. Why couldn't they take the cooling break then? Game started 5 minutes late. Now they were wasted time. I mean, why do you have to get emotional on the pitch? I mean, like, No, Joe Linton loses the ball against Ibasuma. Bug ball! Oh, saved by Pope. How many damn times are we going to lose the ball in midfield? How many damn times? I mean, Joe Linton, what was he expecting? And Miley playing, I think, more like playing as a center half. And William Asula fouled. Oh, not fouled. The referee. No chance. Livramento has gotten back. Good skill. Good skill. Well defended thereby. Dan Burn. That's a terrible pass by Spurs. By Ibasuma. Now here's Jacob Murphy. That is as bad a cross as it could be. Overhead, too much pace. James Madison and Wilson Odobear coming on for Spurs. James James Madison and Wilson Odobear. Johnson going off, and Archie Gray is going off as well. I mean, every time I watch Jacob Murphy play, he stinks the place out for me. I know there's only one target to hit, but how can you be so bad? The camera keeps panning to Heung-min Son. I mean, I think I've watched more of Son than the game itself. So, oh man, the ball was meant for someone else. Now counter attack is on. Oh, good defending by Cher. He got a little lucky, but in the end he did what he could. And oh, wide from the Charlison might have been offside. Anyways, offside it was. And 1-1 it stays. I mean, the second half is so bland and boring. It's the the way Park Soo Sung and Lewis Hall is finally back after what March, so about 4 5 months, and Park Soo Sung is coming on as well. So I mean, out with the old and in with the new, probably back since early March, April, May, June, July. 5 months he's been out. Might play against Espanyol or Atletico Madrid. Unlikely, but we'll see. He's been running for a while. So, good bit of play. Harvey Barnes is now on the right. Osula through the middle. Jacob Murphy, I think, is on the left. And Luis Miley playing as a centre half is. And Newcastle have lost all sorts of semblance of normality. Now a field for offside. The corner is given, in fact. And, again, what is it? A testimonial for collects. Richarlison with the yellow, not sure for what. Maybe pushing Pope or something like that. Good bit of play down the left. Park Sung. Oh, it's a goal kick. I think he's been signed from a Korean second division team. Not sure about the name. In fact, I don't know. Ben Davis coming on or coming off. Uh, Not sure who become. Perhaps James Madison now takes over as the captain of the team. And not sure who goes into the left back. Destiny Odog is still injured. I recognize who this player is. Luka Vuskovic. Luka Vuskovic is at left back. Park Soo-sung up against Matthias Tell. Similar sort of ages. Maybe Matthias Tell. Maybe. Definitely Matthias Tell is perhaps, might not have been Matthias Tell, might have been Jet Spence. So that argument is rendered useless. Most of my arguments are, but double substitution for Newcastle. Emil Kraft and Anthony Elanga coming on. Mark Gillespie coming on. And I mean, I don't know what the thing with him is. John Ruddy and Mark Gillespie have had times, but not Odysseus Vlachodimos. Uh, I mean, people can say Eddie Howe is a great manager, and I agree to a large degree. But I mean, Mark Gillespie over Odysseus Vlachodimos or John Ruddy, based of I mean, if you have a resource, why not use it? Again, Mark Gillespie. I mean, we, we've filled ourselves with the pieces of crap. I mean, Mark Gillespie. Why is he even in the team? I don't know. Now James Madison is down, and another Korean youngster has been asked to warm up, and James Madison. I mean, he looks in a lot of pain as well. Not sure what happened there. So, looks like no contact there, and James Madison knows he's in trouble. Injury without any sort of contact is the worst thing, and I don't think. I mean, obviously there was no contact. Stop getting these useless. No, could be an ACL injury for. I mean, the stretcher is out. The stretcher is out. And James Madison being taken on a stretcher.
He wants to keep on attacking, and that might be his downfall. It's got it. Six Suarez had no idea with the
Sad enough. I mean, to see an injury like that in a preseason game. Well, the game has gotten underway. Another Korean kid is on. I was going to say South Korean. Uh, Yeah, I mean, feel bad for Madison. Looks like a bad injury. Oh, my Gillespie, Gillespie collects and ball lost. What sort of a pass is that? by Bruno. I mean, a promising position nipped in the bud. Now here's Tino Livramento does well. A foul. I mean, Bruno's awful pass. I mean, and puts team under pressure. But the other South Korean kid, uh, nearly played, but Tino Livramento does really well. 64,000 people watching in this stadium that is. This all good to see him coming on playing. I mean, unscathed so far. There's Park Sung over the bar from Bruno. Did well up against Jet Spence. I mean, he's done more than others, I'd say. I mean, I'd rather see him than Jacob Murphy, to be honest. And I mean, that's the reality for me. I just can't stand Jacob Murphy. I don't know. There are a few things which are a bit of a no-no for me. And Bruno down again after a tackle-ish. I mean, something with the Kusuma. I mean, it's like a clothesline by him. It should have been a yellow. He's already on a yellow. Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes added on. What rubbish! I mean, we wasted 3 or 4 minutes on that thing with Son, and James Madison's injury was so time taking. Looks like Joe Linton has gone off as well. Not sure for whom. Just 2 minutes. And give people their money's worth. Livramento. Oh, good cross from the left on from his right foot. Oh no! Oh, slip by Richarlison. He complains that it was perhaps a foul, but not given. Should be Kinski's 2 minutes almost up. I mean, the referee has had a stinker, to be honest. Just 2 minutes is not that we want to see players getting injured in friendlies, but 2 minutes have been played. I mean, yeah, there's more of Son because there wasn't enough previously. So yeah, Full time. I mean, full time it is, and 1-1 it finishes. I mean, I think it's just a waste of time. This it was this game. Like I think someone knew from a very long time that this would be Son's last game, and somehow kept a friendly in South Korea from Spurs' point of view. Dreadful. I mean, now Son, I mean, hugging and embracing everyone. I mean, why can't you do that in the why can't you do that in the dressing rooms? I mean, the game is over, 1-1. It has finished. I mean, Ajax versus Monaco is also taking place. Ajax versus Monaco is also taking place. So let's see if you can see what's the score like in there. I mean, don't really care. I mean, it's half time over there. It's the Amsterdam Arena where the match is taking place. Yeah, but yeah, the game is up. The game is up, and I guess I'll take your leave as well. So it was what it was. Wasn't particularly enjoyable second half, but wasn't particularly enjoyable second half, and it finished 1-1. Let's see what happens next for both these teams. Still a lot of talking points, and still a lot of water to go under the bridge. And let's see what happens. I'll see you soon enough. When we'll find out, and let's see what happens. Till then, 1-1. It has finished. Brennan Johnson for Spurs and Harvey Barnes for Newcastle United. So we'll see each other very soon. Till then, stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.